What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to Tuesday night's Anfield Agenda late night news roundup. But we're going to be focusing on some of Arne Slot's pre-Marseille comments. We'll give you Opta's chances of Liverpool getting to the round of 16 and further in the Champions League. And we'll have a bit of an update on the Ibrahima Konate situation as well. As always though, folks, we do hope you're enjoying the Champions League games tonight. But don't forget, we'll be back here tomorrow at 6:45 to start our coverage of the Reds' pivotal trip to take on Marseille at the Stade Velodrome. We'll be here an hour and 50 minutes before kick-off. We'll have a match reaction, a player ratings video, and everything else you would expect on a match day. Until then, I'm going to get cracking with a few stories, but as always, I want to know your thoughts in the comment section, so please feel free to let me know and drop a like on this video if you enjoy it. Right, let's get stuck into it, and the Opta probabilities of reaching the knockout stages of this season's Champions League before tonight's fixtures have come out. And not surprisingly, Arsenal top the list. They have 100% certainty of getting to the round of 16. Opta reckons to the quarter-final, Arsenal are about 82% or just under 82% chance of getting there. Semi-final, 61.3%, and they are, of course, the favourites, according to Opta, to become the champions and win the Champions League this season with a percentage chance there of 25.8%. Let me know if you do think it would be Arsenal and Mikel Arteta lifting all big ears in May. For me, then on top of that, you've got Bayern Munich next, Man City, Paris Saint-Germain, Barcelona, and then comes Liverpool. And of course, for us, this is where it gets interesting. So what are Opta's predictions for Liverpool based on their supercomputer? Well, to get to the round of 16, it's looking quite decent, to be fair. 64.1%. Now remember, we may have a playoff round before that, but they reckon we're 64% to get to the round of 16. The quarterfinals, 55.9%. So still not looking too bad there for the Reds. Over a 1 in 2 chance. The semi-finals, it starts to drop down. We're at 27.8% chance of the Reds, according to Opta, getting to the semi-finals. And what chances of us doing that thing that many people said might keep Arne in his job? You know, the what-if scenario? What if Liverpool won the Champions League? Well, Opta have us down at a 6% chance to win this season's Champions League. So is that enough to keep Arne Slot in his job? Well, for me, I would say categorically no. But more than that, it seems like Arne's becoming a little bit delusional, and I'll get on to that in a second. But for now, here's a bit from Arne Slot speaking about the Ibrahima Konate situation. He said, Ibu did not travel with us because of family matters, and I'll leave it at that. I'll speak to him tomorrow. And of course, whatever those family issues are, we do hope Ibrahima Konate and his family are all fine, safe and well. Arne Slot speaking about his relationship with Mo Salah, who, remember, has now returned to the Liverpool camp after his AFCON with Egypt, where they finished in 4th place. He has now returned, and this is what Arne's had to say about his relationship with Mo. It's normal, as it's always been. I didn't take him versus Inter, but he's been there for every game as well. He came on versus Brighton and we beat Brighton 2-0, so we left in a situation that was good for him. And that is fair from Arne. Mo did go off to the AFCON in a far better situation than perhaps it was the week before. He said he scored at AFCON, couldn't win it unfortunately, but he got to the semis and now he's back with us. I spoke to him today and I'm happy to have him back. Like I said, I've only had 2 wingers who can play more than 100 minutes in the Premier League, and that's Mo and Cody. We have others like Wirtz and Frimpong, but if I ask them what is their favourite position, they don't say winger. Jeremy can be a threat off the right side. Last game he was a full-back, so to have Mo back is helpful because in his absence we've created chances and not always converted them. I saw today he scored 45 goals in Champions League level, and the next is somebody with 5, Virgil. So it's nice to have him back, and if he can reach those levels again, that's what he can show tomorrow. Now, on the Salah situation, he went on to say, fresh start. Well, I've just answered that one. One moment I decided not to play Mo, and one when I decided to take him to the game. All others I've brought him in. Never been an issue with me. First time he's able to be in the squad again. He is. So let's see for the lineup tomorrow if you still think there is an issue. Is that a hint perhaps that Mohamed Salah will be starting tomorrow? Or is Arne just throwing a little bit of bait there? I'd understand this one either way, to be honest with you. If Mo starts tomorrow, absolutely no problem with that. And if he doesn't and he thinks maybe he needs a little bit more time because of coming back from the AFCON, again, I completely understand that if he does come in, let's say, for the last 30 off the bench. What I will say and what I continue to say is this is going to be a tough game tomorrow. And I really, really do hope that we do have our our heads screwed on, because it's going to be a difficult atmosphere to go into. And if Arne loses this game, or even doesn't win this game, you will see again the pressure up on his shoulders. Now, he's been talking a little bit about the Xabi Alonso rumours, and this I did find quite interesting. He said he called me saying he'll take over in 6 months. No. One of the weirdest questions I've got. What is there to say? Oh, Arne, there's so much, mate. But anyway, this is what he said. I'm working here for 18 months, and I like my work here. Won the league. Struggled more this season, that's obvious. The boos, no, maybe I heard a few, but it wasn't a lot. That's also normal when you draw versus Burnley. Nobody's happy with that. But when people went home, the emotions calmed down. Maybe they went through it. No, they haven't, Arne. And this is what I mean by he is delusional, and he just is not basing what he's seeing and hearing in reality. It wasn't just a few people that were upset, and they didn't calm down when they went home. And it's not normal to have boos after a draw versus Burnley, because it's not normal for Liverpool to draw versus Burnley. And as we've said, this is the first time since 1980, 1981 that Liverpool have drawn at home against all three of the newly promoted sides. And this, to me, really just re-emphasises the fact that I think he's tone deaf. He's tone deaf to quite how vociferously the fans are pissed off at the way that we're playing. I think that he's tone deaf around the situation. Maybe he is feeling uber confident that he has the backing of the owners, because as we've said and has been reported far and wide, it doesn't seem like at this moment in time there's an appetite for change until at least the summer. But will that change? Well, that report from Marca that we brought to you earlier on said that Alonso would break his little rest before the summer, but only for Liverpool Football Club. So let's wait and see what happens there. But honestly, on this one, I really do think he's been delusional. Talking about the boos being few, and look, maybe there were fewer boos than some are saying. I'm open to that. But what does it take for Anfield, and particularly the match-going fans there, week in, week out, to boo a manager that's won a league title? It takes a really, really poor run of results, Arne, and that's exactly what we've been in. This unbeaten in 12 stuff is nonsense, and of course that itself comes off the back of that horrendous run that we had. And whilst not losing games is great, drawing at home against Burnley just isn't good enough. So for me, the manager is sticking his fingers in his ears and saying la la la. And if he doesn't think that Xabi Alonso is right there, breathing down his neck, ready to take the job, well, I think he's going to be in for a surprise. But ultimately, I do think that he's probably backing himself to turn this around, and you've got to have that. You know, whether I agree with him or not, you have to have that type of mentality to come into a job like Liverpool. So maybe he truly does believe that this will turn around and that everything's fine. But for me, I think he's been delusional. But it's over to you guys now to let us know what your thoughts are. Do you think that maybe he knows the time is up, the jig is up, and that he will be gone in the summer? Or do you think that he still believes he can turn it around? Either way, one of those questions will be answered soon enough, and we will be playing tomorrow against Marseille in a massive, massive Champions League game. As I said, I'll be here from 6:45 to take you right through it. Hope you can come and join us for it. Until then, thank you so much to everyone that came along today. Apologies there was no stream tonight, but as I mentioned, it was my son's birthday, so we all went out for dinner. And thank you to everyone that sent some birthday wishes for Lucas as well. He really does appreciate them. Folks, I'll see you in the morning. Well, no, that's a lie. Connor will see you in the morning. I'll see you guys tomorrow evening for the game. Until then, have a lovely evening. Much love.